Yeah, I'm out of luck.
Yeah, that's funny. Good morning from Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, located here at 5109 Liberty Highway, Pendleton, South Carolina. I'm your host today with my co-host, Mr. Mark Stoudemire.
Hello.
To my left, your right. Today is Wednesday, April the 9th, 2025. Weather outside is 53 degrees with cloudy sky. The high today is supposed to reach 64 with no chance of rain. A cool day in the upstate. Our shout outs go to Jane, Heather, Josh, Carter, Blaine, Hampton, Hudson, Kinsey, Kim, Josh, Blakely, Grant, Sylvia, Heidi, Charlie, Harper, and a longtime friend of mine in South Florida, David Hall. And of course, always loving Martin. Here at Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass, we have music lessons all week. We teach fiddle, classical fiddle, mandolin, bass, guitar, banjo, anything with a string on it, we teach. We have the best instructors in the upstate, in my opinion, by far. For more information on instructions, you can call me at 864-376-1482. Again, that number is 864-376-1482. Put it in your little notebook or put it on your calendar, that number right there, and you can call me for anything you need. If you'd like to be a sponsor to our show, just give me a call. There's no charge to be a sponsor. Our sponsor today is actually Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. And you can also follow us on our social media pages, YouTube, Facebook. If you go to Facebook, it's under Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. That's apostrophe S, Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. And Instagram under BG Bluegrass. Click below, if you're watching, click below. There's a little box, a white box that says subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, and that'll help us out. So make sure you hit that little button down there. We sell hats, shirts, mugs. We also sell instruments, fiddles, mandolins, bass, guitars, bass and guitars, banjos, pretty much anything with a string on it. We sell it here. We even have a one-string banjo over there to the side that Mark plays for us. It's called the tomato can banjo.
Canjo, Fred calls it.
Yeah, he calls it a canjo. Anyway, Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. Today we're going to introduce to the show. This is new to the show, and I love it. We're going to start adding these folks pretty regular to the show. Actually, we're going to get them to come on a Saturday night and do some picking. Alan's done it before. Yeah. And okay, anyway, we're going to introduce the Woodwinds with Mr. Alan Knoll and Ben Hersey. So take it away, boys.
All right. Is that it?
That's
Okay,
it.
so we're on the air.
Yeah, you're
All
on
right,
there.
on
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all right.
You know, you might want to tell them about yourselves, how you got to know each other, where you came from, a little history
okay.
about both of them.
Are we go? Or?
Yeah. Alan and I, we've been playing together in different musicals throughout the area. At the Alpha Community Theater, and when Bill Splon ran the theater downtown, we played musicals down there, and the Electric City Playhouse and Warehouse Theater and that kind of thing. We've done probably 20 musicals together, and we've played in. I've been in the Electric City Big Band. I was in there for almost 30 years. Alan conducts the Electric City Big Band and plays professionally around the area and a lot of different groups. So, Alan?
I do a lot of freelance right now. I retired from music education. I did 30 years of being a music educator around the area, and still freelancing as often as possible. So we're going to bring you some selections this morning, and just some things that Ben had and Don. They were good enough to ask us to come in and do this, so we're going to just start with the familiar thing from Henry Mancini. I hope you'll recognize it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hopefully you recognize that as the theme from the Pink Panther, great movie. Peter
Yeah.
Sellers.
Peter
I love
Sellers.
that guy. Absolute nut. This is another movie theme from Toy Story, and we got this because it's got a good little title. You have a
Yeah.
friend and me. And Ben and I have been
Yeah.
friends for a
Been a
while,
long
as he
time,
said.
yeah, yeah. Just
Okay.
like Mark and I have been friends for, just say, early seventies? Yeah, yeah, long time, yeah, long time,
College in the early seventies.
yeah.
Late sixties.
Oh,
I
wow.
played in,
Late
in
60s, yeah.
Mark's Bluegrass band, I played, upright bass,
Ah,
and Mark was playing
Yeah.
banjo. He was our featured artist, and I was
Yeah.
the background guy.
late 60s. I
Yeah.
was watching the Beatles on TV myself.
There you go.
But, okay. Anyway, here we go. You Got a Friend in Me. This is from the film Toy Story, if you recognize it. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, All right.
All right,
I have to interject a note on
yeah,
that one.
Do that.
okay, all right. What you got, Mark?
I can't wait to show that to my young grandkids because right now they're watching Toy Story and Toy Story 2 all the time.
Oh, all right, yeah, by all
Yeah.
means.
Our
yeah.
girls growing up, we saw Little Mermaid about 1,000 times, so I know how that goes.
Yeah,
Clarinet is a little unusual, not a typical bluegrass, family instrument, but it is used occasionally as kind of a novelty thing in some tunes, and this was one of them. This is a Beatles tune. I think Paul McCartney sort of sang on this, I believe.
yeah.
He did, but yeah, clarinet's kind of prominent part in that, so it's kind of cool, and we selected this one to include as well. But this is a Beatles tune. Hopefully you recognize it. When I'm 64, which was a while,
Well, back.
a little back, a little ways. So. 1, 2, 1, 2, a jolly time was had.
Yeah, and I had the honor of going to see Paul McCartney when he was in Greenville. Back about, what, 3 years ago, maybe 2021, I think it was.
Yeah.
Tickets were real expensive. but
I was going to say that's more than a privilege. That
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
whew,
I
I
sat-
checked the ticket prices out. And
I sat in about way in the back, about the second row from the top. Got the cheapest seats I could find. But he put on quite a show, and in his age, he's I think he's probably close to 80, he's 79 or 80 years old, so he's still got a voice.
Still going.
Still can do it.
Good for him. Well, speaking of Paul, this is another tune that he did. And, you know, I was thinking about this one because it
Yeah,
doesn't matter if you play this on clarinet or if you play it on piano or play it on guitar. It's just a good song.
yeah.
It's good music, and it doesn't really matter the medium, but it's just a great tune. So this is one the Beatles did.
Yeah, he wrote it.
featured Paul.
He wrote it in 1965, so it's a little bit older than I thought it was. I thought maybe early 70s, but 65.
So we're gonna slow it down a little bit. One, two, and three.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great tune. Love it. Love that.
Yeah.
How much time we got there, brother? We good? Still going okay? Woo-hoo! We might have to we might have to dance up here a little while.
We can do that.
I
Yeah.
hear you.
Y'all talked about what all y'all do with the quintets and.
No, we really
No,
haven't.
no, we haven't. Alan and I are in a quartet together, a saxophone quartet. I organized about 13 years ago for the Foothills Sax Quartet, and got some good charts. I mean, we play mostly at Christmas time. We have a lot of Christmas tunes that we can play, and we played at my church several times, and I need to get the name out a little bit more.
That's
I
right.
don't have a manager, so we don't get too many gigs, but
Right.
but then again,
We got to get the word out.
Gotta get the
That's
word out.
right. So
That's
if you
it.
need a birthday party, bar mitzvah,
Yeah.
saxophone quartet, give us a call. Give Ben a call.
yeah, just give me a call.
And like Ben said earlier, I direct right now the Electric City Big Band, and we have a performance coming up the end of this month in April with the chorale. We're doing kind of half and half program, half chorale and half big band. And some of the big band is accompanying the chorale pieces as well. So come on out. That's at Anderson University Saturday, April 26th. And that's part of the GAMAC Greater Anderson Musical Arts Consortium. Say that 5 times. And
Yeah,
but yeah, hopefully you can come out and hear some big band music. Got a full big band, 17-piece, and the chorale, of course. And it should be a lot of fun program. So hopefully you do that.
and we both play in the Anderson Symphony Orchestra, and we have an all-female composer concert coming up the first week in May. I'm not sure the exact date, May. It's always on a Sunday, and it's always at 3 o'clock, and it's always at the Henderson Auditorium at Anderson University, and it's modern music, and it's got some difficult parts for us, and different key changes, some time changes in particular are real tricky.
Some challenges.
Very challenging,
for sure.
but the music's gorgeous, and I hope you can come out for that. And this Friday, I'm playing with the Toccoa Jazz Band up in at the Ritz Theater, 7 o'clock in downtown Toccoa. So come on out for that.
Yeah, lots of
It's
music
a
stuff
it's a
going on.
17-piece big band also. So a lot going on right
Very
now.
cool.
So to continue on, we're going to continue with the Beatles theme, Lennon and McCartney, Penny Lane. And I think on this recording they use clarinet on the original. There's in the background you hear clarinet being played. So it's kind
And
of fitting.
also, it's got that great trumpet solo at the end, piccolo
Oh, yeah.
trumpet.
Piccolo trumpet,
Marvin
yeah.
Stamm did. Got to meet and play with him at Newberry College. Yeah, he was a clinician, came down and would do some stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool. So that was his not claim to fame. I mean, he made a living
Man.
doing that trumpet stuff. But yeah, this is one of the tunes he played on, and another Beatles tune. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 1. that's our tribute to the Beatles
Yeah.
for today. Ben wanted to include this next tune. So I had sort of an adventure down at Folly Beach years back. Our kids were small, and my sister's family and our family met together down at Folly and rented this big house, 2 families. It was probably 10, 12 people in that thing. And the house went up on the balcony on the upper floor, looks over, there's about a maybe 8, 10 foot privacy fence all the way around this property. And there's an older home, you could tell it hadn't been repainted, so I'm going to tell this to you now. You wanted to know that story. It's in kind of original condition. You could tell it was, built in the 20s or 30s. So, pretty basic, just wood frame house. And nobody was over there. Big privacy fence, so we didn't think much about it. Towards the end of our stay, maybe on the weekend, we noticed some activity over there. Somebody came, opened the gates up, and people came in, started setting up tables, and you could tell there was catering. So it must be like a wedding reception or something like that. So we kind of, looked over the fence there. Well, it was a preview to the Spoleto or Piccolo Spoleto festival they have down in Charleston for Porgy and Bess, which George Gershwin and DuBose Haywood wrote. A young lady came up on the steps and sang this tune that we're going to do, Summertime. Well, she didn't get the words right, and that kind of messed with me a little bit, because I thought, hey, if you're going to come up and do this, and you should at least have learned all the right words, if you're going to go. So I got a little, crawl, a little sand in my craw about that, and I had brought one of my horns down, and after she had finished, of course, and there were people still around and everything, well, I went and got my horn, went to the edge of the balcony, and pointed over in that direction and played Summertime on soprano saxophone. And so went back in the house. About 10 minutes later, my niece came and said, Uncle Alan, there's somebody at the end of the driveway that wants to talk to you. I was like, uh-oh.
Sounds like a good thing.
Done ticked somebody off, So I went out, and there was a young man that was in charge of that event. And he said, was that you playing that horn? And I said, yeah, I'm, probably should. Oh, no. I said, we really loved it. And in fact, are you available to maybe come participate in this Porgy and Bess thing, and you can play all the stuff? And I was like, well, I'm teaching school, so no, I can't get out for a full week and do that. But it was kind of funny at the time. So that's the story about the Porgy and Bess thing. But yeah, that was DuBose Haywood's house, his actual home that was over there, and they keep that as a historical property. George Gershwin also had a home that was like 2 streets down. It was closer to the beach, but a hurricane took it out in the 30s, I think they said 30s or 40s, that his house was destroyed, but this one was still there. So they kept that as a memento and part of the historical thing. So that's what happened. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
I think I was down there at Spoleto that year. Porgy and Bess, you know, is an opera, American opera. And we're getting short on time, so we got, time for one more number?
Yeah.
That's the house that they wrote Porgy and Bess in, right?
I think it was.
I think so, yeah.
Inside that house with the Haywards and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were able to walk around outside, and I kept peeking in, but I didn't see any ghosts, so I figured we're okay.
Something else.
Right.
All right.
So this is Summertime from Porgy and Bess. About there. 3, 4, 1.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Does that pretty much do it for us? Kinda.
Wait, bye-bye.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very
Been
much,
nice being here.
Don. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, appreciate being here. Gotta have the ending. Gotta wrap it up.
Thank you, folks, for watching the show today. We hope you enjoyed the woodwinds here, Alan and Mr. Hersey doing a performance for us today. And we'll get them back, so stay tuned to Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass Live, and we'll be back to see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.